Hi, welcome to Studio Mondiala's English for Business Webisode series. In this Webisode series, we're going to take a look at improving our vocabulary. So let's get started. So today we're going to talk about the following vocabulary. We're going to talk about feasible, give thought to, monitor, anticipate, and assurance. And to help us learn these words, I'd like to tell you a little story about starting a project in business. So when we start a project, before we can even begin the project, we first have to ask ourselves, is our idea feasible? Now, feasible is an adjective, which means capable of being done successfully, reasonably, or likely. So in other words, is it a good idea to do it or not? So in a project, we can say that the new project is really feasible. We can complete it for a reasonable budget and in a reasonable time, thus saying that the project is a good idea to start. So in order for our idea to be feasible, you have to first give thought to this project. Now, to give thought to something is an idiom. And this idiom means to give careful consideration to something or to think hard about something before making a decision. So it's not just something you do spontaneously or something you do very quickly. It often involves a lot of time, careful consideration, weighing pros, cons, risks, etc. Then, when we think we have all the facts, then we can make our decision for something. So in a project, before deciding to go ahead with a project, we have to give thought to things such as the budget, resources needed, time constraints, manpower, etc. All these things have to be carefully thought about before giving the go-ahead to start a project. Now, once you've given thought to your project and then the project is up and running, then we have to monitor the project. Now, monitor is a verb which means to watch and check something over a period of time in order to see how it develops. So this means basically to keep an eye on our project to be able to see how things are developing, positively or negatively, in order to make adjustments, etc. So in a project, we can say that once a project is up and running, it's important to monitor its progress in order to react to any complications or issues that may arise in that project. Now, when monitoring a project's development, you have the opportunity to anticipate anything that may come up. Now, anticipate is a verb which means to give advance thought to something, imagining all of the possible outcomes in order to be prepared, or just in case, as we like to say. Now, anticipating things can be like problems, risks, anticipating questions that a customer may have, or even anticipating their needs. So in a project, it's typically common that with good planning and monitoring, you can anticipate possible problems or risks that may come up and create a plan of how to deal with them, or a risk assessment tool, you can say. Now, with good risk assessment, anticipating possible problems, you can now give your customer or management, for example, your assurance. Now, assurance is a noun, which means a promise that something will happen or take place. And often this word is used when someone is worried about something. So, for example, in our project, when we take the time to ensure that good planning is done, that you've anticipated the risks, and monitor the project's progress, you are able to give your assurance to management that the project will be successful. Or as we Americans like to say, we give it our thumbs up. So, we hope that you will stay tuned to our Webisode series about improving our vocabulary, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.